COE champion over everything.
Champion over everything.
Welcome everybody to another episode of COE Champion Over Everything. I have with me today my friend Kirisa Mahon. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good,
Thank you for
good.
having me.
Yes,
Hello,
yes.
everybody.
And man, so this is March. This is Women's Her Story Month, not history. Her story, right? So we're gonna highlight some women throughout the month of March, and this is going to be our premier guest. She's gonna talk about her company that she has, and it's called Yummy Secret Skincare. Right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So with that being said, as always, we start off the show with you just sharing your champion story. So let's hear your champion story. The podium is yours.
Where do you want me to start when I was little to now?
Hey, whatever you got for us.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Kirisa Mahon. I am the owner and CEO of Yummy Secret Skincare product line. It's an all-natural product line that specializes in facial clay masks. So we have 3 clay masks. That is one that's detoxifying and one exfoliated for weekly or daily usage. So as you can see right there, I'm 29 years old. I'm from Chicago, but I reside in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I'm a Southern Belle. I'm claiming it, okay? I've been down here for 10 years, okay? I'm claiming it. My champion story, I would say, I just guess my current champion story, because I have a lot of them.
Okay.
And so my current one is really overcoming procrastination and embracing self-care.
Okay.
And I had to learn that through my business. It's weird, but I had to because I'm a person that is a busy bee. Like, I could do anything from the sun up to sundown, being proactive within the community or just within myself. And having that quality self-care time was very important. But it's a challenge that everybody do not speak of, especially in the Black community. For us women, like getting our hair and nails done. We coined the phrase self-care before self-care was having
self-care. Right.
Yeah, so going beyond those measures and actually having like those check-ins, that's my champion story. And like I'm screaming it loud and proud to be like, take care of yourself, make sure you take care of yourself because there's so many levels that you have to go through and people don't realize how challenging it can be. So I'm a champion in it, okay?
And she is, like, looking at some of her reels, some of her stories, like, as she's promoting the products, she's coming out and literally saying, like, oh, you said you didn't have time to do your mask today. Stop procrastinating and do it tonight. Like, and you know, she makes it funny.
I try.
You try to make it funny.
These reels is killing us, sister.
To where you can bring people in. So definitely, y'all go on Instagram and check that part out. But we're going to let you tell a little bit about how people can find you later on at the end of the show as well.
Okay.
So, as you mentioned, you have a natural skincare product. So how did you even find your way into the healthcare, self-care, skincare industry? How did you get here?
It found me without me knowing.
Okay.
I want to say I've been in business for 2.5 years now, officially in business 2.5 years. I always did self-care.
Okay.
And I just never knew that what it was. Like, I always did a mask, a DIY mask at the house, or I always had a facial mask, even in college. And when I graduated in May 2016 from USM, I was struggling. Like, I was able to get into my first real adult job and being in corporate America. And in the after hours, I was trying to find, like, my placement. Like, where do I fit? I always had that energy in me as far as, like, I'm bigger than these 4 walls.
Yeah.
I'm bigger than these 4 walls because even in the environment space that I was working in, there was a lot of older men and women that was like their 50s and 60s, and they was in this for like 25, 30 years, and I'm like, I can't do this.
If this is what I really want to do, yeah.
So like it was a lot of trial and error with me in regards of finding what I like, especially the different gifts that I have. Like I have plenty of different gifts, but it was just like, it was never a satisfying feeling. Like I did after school program. I volunteered at Hattiesburg High School. Like I wanted to have my own little after school program with young girls. Then I went on the Christian side and tried to be with First Priority. And then, not networking, but being a student leader at my church. It was so many different things that I like tapped into, but it was just always something that was like,
it wasn't really fulfilling.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I mean, you
I
enjoyed
enjoyed it, but it was like,
it was something more.
Yeah, and then there's always that question like, do you see yourself doing this for the rest of your life? And some of those things I had to point out and be real with myself. Like these things I could do seasonal. Yeah. Like church. That's within me.
Right.
But when you're really executing and trying to be a Christian influencer for amongst young people, it makes you evaluate yourself. Like, I don't know if I can do this right now. Because, I'm telling these kids don't go out, but I'm going out. Right. Yeah, like it's just trying to find a balance. Or after school program, I had to realize that I don't know if I could do this on a weekly basis, like coming up with lesson plans. Like a lot of things that I enjoyed doing, it was something that was like, I can't do this. Yeah, and so it was just one random day I was at the house and I was doing a face. I was like, it's right here. I've been doing it. This is something I do every day. It doesn't have to be a hassle. I enjoy doing it. Yeah. Like I have control over it. So I started tapping into it a little bit more. Then I started doing the same thing within that niche of the beauty industry, trying to go in the skincare industry, trying to go from doing soaps. So like, oh, well, soaps is popular. Everybody does soap, doing it. Tried that. And then I tried lotions. I'm like, oh, no, that's a little too sticky for me. I can't do that. Like, it's just too much and expensive. Yeah. And then it was like clay masks. Like, I'm sitting down with myself. I'm pampering myself, and it brings benefits. And then, like, boom. That's what it started out with. That's where it is. Mm-hmm. So there was a lot of trial and error, but a lot of times what's within us or our business is really in front of our face. But we're just blinded that we don't see it. We don't see it. Yeah.
127 1633. Smoking Charlie barbecue. Where you wanna eat? Yeah. 60127 1633. Take it. Smoking Charlie barbecue.
I think back to David in the Bible, when he went to go fight Goliath, he had already had the practice beforehand. So his gift was already there. It was just once he was faced with, I don't want to say major adversity, but a larger, obstacle where his gifts really just truly came out and where everybody else was.
And he triumphed. Yep. And then less is more. Like literally less is more. So, and so like a lot of times with us, we believe that we need to do a lot. And even with business, it's like it's really not. Like stop overwhelming yourself, stop overthinking. Like it's the small things. It's the small things that count. Yep. And so even when it comes down to Yummy Secrets, that's how I created my products. Okay. The small things count because less is more. Less is more beneficial than what you put on extra on your skin or on your body or within your body. Like less is more. Yeah. Because at some point it's going to be too much for your body or your skin, or just even that everyday life of what you're adding on. It causes too much chaos.
So let's talk about the chaos and adding more, because I was reading, this was probably a couple weeks back, it was an article and it stated that a lot of times, especially in the Black community, why our people end up with cancer is because we're putting so many different chemicals into our body and we really don't realize it. And the top industry was with the makeup, the facial, the lipstick, all of that. So with you creating a natural product, how does your natural products differ from what's out there in the cosmetic world?
It's more so simplification, I would say, for people to know the basics as far as like education, educating themselves accordingly on what they're putting on their skin. So like I'm different because I have ingredients that you actually know. Like you heard before, you have some information behind it, and you know the benefits. Like even if you're not a master of it, you know some like 1 or 2 benefits of what activated charcoal is or what bentonite clay may be, like a clay mask made based on history. And I think a lot of times when it comes down, and I'm a default at this too, because a lot of times when it comes down to these beauty industry is that we're not educated enough. We're more so into like the pretty pictures, you know, the fancy commercials and the end results. But as for my brand, we don't go through the ugly. Like we go through the ugly stages of like, hey, yeah, you know, you want to get that hyperpigmentation lifted or you want to get lightened. Oh, it's going to take you about 90 days to a year.
Oh, wow.
You know, because your skin is blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
This ingredient is doing blah, blah, blah. Like,
Gotcha.
and a lot of times, and it's unfortunate that we are trial and error and stuff like that when it comes down to these businesses. But it's important for us to know what we're putting on our skin and inside.
Yeah.
Because all these things contribute. Like a lot of things that we eat. I always tell my clients and stuff like, skincare is more than just putting it on your skin. Like that's just only the 10%. Like that's just the fun part.
So you're gonna have to break this down then.
Oh, okay. So let me break this down.
Let's educate everybody.
Yeah. Okay. So when you think about it, just in life, like even with exercising, like we can go to the gym all day. That's really 20% of like the whole 100% pie.
Right.
20%, but 80% is nutrition.
Yeah. So
when it comes down, so if you want to lose weight and things of that nature, your diet has to change. So same way with skincare, like if you have problematic skin as far as oily skin or dry skin or combination skin, you have to break down as far as what are you putting inside your body. Are you hydrating yourself enough with water? What type of fruits and vegetables are you intaking every day? Are you a red eat meat more than a lean eat meat as far as like with chicken and stuff, or do you do more seafood? Like what is your salt intake when it comes down there? Because everything, if it don't come out one way, it will come out your skin.
Wow, and I've never really thought about that.
And even with, you know, exercising and things of that nature, like you want to still keep your skin firm and tight, you have to exercise. When it comes down to hydrating yourself, or even within the Black community, for a lot of people don't know, we need to use skincare. Like even though we have melanin, and a lot of people don't know, everybody has melanin. Even the white folks got melanin, okay? But it's the reproduction of it, and we have to wear skincare because the skincare. We have to use sunscreen because the skin, the sun radiation, like is damaging. Even though melanin, black don't crack, it's cracking on the inside, and you just don't know. And you need to protect yourself. But there's so many layers to it than just the idea of what people believe to be like, oh, I want clear skin. Like, no, I want healthy, happy skin, not clear. Because it doesn't exist unless you got like $50 million and you can go get these nice. So
it's coming.
It's coming, y'all.
Speaking into existence.
Exactly. So I mean, it's just more, and I think a lot of things when it comes down to the beauty industry in itself, and you probably see a lot on the shelves and starting paying attention more where it's like natural versus organic. And when it comes down to a natural product, it's just simply saying it's nothing enhancing and, you know, chemicals being involved in the process. That's simply it. Like it's just stripped down, watered down. We don't have chemicals in our ingredients, nor do we test it on like animals and things of that nature. Okay.
So what about the organic? What is the organic product?
It's just a natural source from, well, for me, I could say it's more so the natural source of just the environment impact. So like a lot of my clays come from like volcanoes or different mountains, or, you know, have healing environments. I have plants, so it's come from the actual natural root of an actual plant and being extracted. And then essential oils come from plants as well. So that's the organic side of it all. Like where does it originally come from in the source?
Never would have thought it was that deep. Like
yes.
Never would have thought it was that deep.
Linked Up, man, is a nonprofit, and essentially, man, it exists to help close the wealth gap, and we do that by providing financial education, home ownership opportunities, entrepreneurship opportunities, and access to mainstream banking to people in underserved communities.
So we were talking earlier. You said that you were on your way to class. So what are you studying right now?
Esthetician. So I'm becoming.
What is it? Break it down.
It's a professionalism of study of the skin.
Okay.
So I'll be a professional in the beauty industry, being able to not diagnose skin treatments, but be able to like help you correct your current skin condition. So I'll be able to do like facials, be able to do like waxing, also with makeup and things of that nature.
So it pretty much helps you also to offer later on a wider product line,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
that's great that you are studying your craft in order to better yourself and be better for your clients.
Yes, and then also too, like, you know, for me, I could be considered as a Google expert. And even though I have some friends and family that's in the beauty industry and that are licensed, they have helped me along the way of producing my items.
Gotcha.
But for me, I'm real big on communication and communicating correctly. And I want, as far as with my followers or my future customers, like when we're in person, I want to be able to properly educate you.
Yeah.
And also to help you with your any skin conditions that you may have.
Because everybody's different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And especially within the Black community, hyperpigmentation, that's our number one, like, skin concern that we need to resolve and need to take care for. And there's not a lot of people, I mean, it is a lot, but also in the business perspective, it's not a lot of people that's in that field that's actually educating people on this is why your skin is reacting this way and these are the proper steps forward. So I want to be that instructor and to be like, hey, yes, I sell products, but also too, I'm going to educate you accordingly so that way the next time you go into the store to get like a makeup product or a skincare product, first thing you're going to do is like, let me read this label.
That's it.
If I don't know how to pronounce some of these these labels and ingredients and stuff like that,
not gonna get it. It's not for you.
Yeah, I can tell you there's so many things. Even my favorite clay mask that I used to use in college, Freeman. That was my favorite. When I tell you I could have been the brand ambassador for them.
Yeah.
And then when I looked at their ingredients, it's like, oh no. What's that saying? When you know better, you do better.
Yep, that's it. That's
So
it.
yes, I'm currently in esthetician school, wanting to further educate myself accordingly about the skin and also enhance my products. Because ultimately, once I start working on people, I want to use my products on people.
Yeah.
So it's a gift that keeps on giving.
Awesome. So with your products, you have done what I've seen as a phenomenal job with branding.
Thank you.
And just making people, like, really getting the attention of people. Where did that come from? Like, that creative side? Because I know you do a lot. We are here in Kamali Studios filming this today, and I know you help assist AJ. Y'all do a few things with photography and the videos, but, like, when I look at your stuff on Instagram, it's like on a wholly
You think so?
level.
Oh my God,
so,
it's the opposite. I think it's just trash.
Really?
Yes.
I'm giving you your roses.
Thank you for the bouquet of it all. Thank you. It's a lot. It's I think I jumped into the rabbit hole of looking at other people and seeing them as my competition, and I hate it because it kind of blocks my creativity of what I want to do. But falling into social media trends and things of that nature, like, oh, they did this, well, let me put my spin on that. And so, like, I'm a 50-50 with it. Like, I still keep up with the masses, and also, too, like, I try to be quirky with it. I'm very a quirky person. Like, even though I'm very quirky, and I'm trying to just find my way. But literally, like, I talk to God dang on near every day or every other day. Like, okay, what are we doing today? I need some wisdom. I need some creativity. And so I try to go out in the world, trying not to use my phone as much. But the phone is so addicting. Golly, it's so addicting, and things is changing so much. But I try to go out, explore the world, and just to get inspiration from that. I try to get inspiration from things that I'm kind of like, that has my attention or addicted to, like my favorite little ratchet TV shows, or
What you watching?
The Real Housewives, or Love and Hip Hop.
So when you say ratchet, those are only to the categories. I don't watch that. I think the most ratchet thing I'm watching right now is Bel Air.
Wait, the new one?
Yeah,
I heard it's really good.
It is.
I heard it's really good. I gotta tap into it.
So but it ain't as ratchet as what you talking about. So
So I try to get inspiration from those. Because it's just like, if I'm watching it, they have an attention on me that like attracts me. And so it's like, what little funny thing that I can say from like a quote somebody said, or a little funny saying, or entertainment. I love music, so I try to stay in the realm of Beyonce fan. Yes, Stan. If y'all don't like Beyonce, it's okay. Don't come for me. I do.
Beehive. My wife's a big Beehive.
Yes, drop a beat in the comments, okay? Drop some beats. But it's just I try to get into the environment space. Music, of course. Just being here at the studio, like that definitely taps in creativity, and just try to sit down with myself. Like I really try to sit down with myself because that's something that I wanted to do is master creativity, because it's hard, and especially being in the skincare business, like you have to be on it like dang on it every day, and you have to continue to grow. You have to continue to learn, and you learn to have fun with it. So I think for me, these past 2 years, it was always stressful. Like it was very stressful because it was like I was soaking up my brain and mind with my competitors and what they're doing and how they get all these likes and shares and all this stuff, and following all these brand marketing coaches and getting. So it was just very stressful. So now, like, I wanted to, as you can see probably from January on, like I want it to be fun. I wanted to feel like I enjoyed it, because even though like people give me my roses and I appreciate it, but to me it's just like behind closed doors, like that wasn't fun. That wasn't fun. But I'm glad
you make it look fun.
Yeah, but it was. I mean, it's a different world when you're in business. And I can see when it's important to take care of yourself, because there's a lot of business owners that have these like confessionals on like, oh, this is stressful. I should have take care of myself a little bit better, or that like they quit.
And so that. I wanted to ask you that, and when you brought up that it has been stressful for you, how do you think that stress has taken a toll, maybe on your body, on your skin? Has it affected you?
Oh yes.
Okay.
I try my best to communicate with my audience of like taking a pause.
Okay.
Because internal stress, and especially in the Black community, we definitely suppress our feelings and we still try to keep with emotions, but like internally, long term, that stuff affects your heart, your mind, your body, and your soul. And it's important for you to just take a pause. Because I know for me, like my motto for Yummy Secrets is let your skin tell on you, because your skin is telling you a story. Without, like, if I'm coming to you and you see like I got all these acne breakouts or like bags under my eyes, automatically you're gonna be like, you good? Like in your head, you're not gonna probably ask me if I'm good, but you're gonna notice a story that my skin is telling me.
So you asked earlier if I was good in your head because you saw bags on my
No, we both did too. We went on the show. But no, that stress definitely take a toll. Yeah. And it's important because your body is either going to shut down or it's going to tell on you by the different appearance on how well you take care of yourself. Yeah. And you can tell that some people do not take care of themselves. And so like with me, I noticed that like in some of my videos that I've taken on social media, like I had bags, or I looked tired, or like my face looked dry and droopy. And it's like, oh no. I can't be coming up here. Presentation is key. So it's important, and definitely it's important for me to continue to communicate about tapping in with yourself, about taking care of yourself, because there's a lot of things that we see on social media that's like, it's unfortunate, and people are so surprised on like, oh, this person was this and that. It's like, well, there's some things that they haven't tapped into.
So let me ask you this, because looking at your product line. And thinking back to some of the things my wife has purchased me. So, your product line is not just for women, right?
Right, it's unisex.
Okay. Because I
know regardless of what my bottles look like, it's still beneficial.
So everybody can use this product. I don't know. She bought me like, what's the charcoal soap, the activated charcoal soap, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
The African black soap.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna rub it on my face, wipe it off. But I didn't really see too much afterwards. I think the greatest thing that I saw a big change for in my skincare was that you offer the mask. It was a charcoal mask, and I pulled it off, and I was just like, oh my God, like all this is on my face. Even though I wash my face every single day, but once again, it's all about the products. Because I mean, I'm using Zest soap or Irish Spring soap to wash my face, So having that the products that are natural, you know, I think that's great. So I definitely applaud you for educating and having those natural products to be able to share. So if people want to actually buy your products, where can they go to purchase your products? Because they may not be following you online right now, but where can they go purchase your products from?
Okay, well, for all the men out there, you definitely Yummy Secrets is your key. And if you're looking for something to get weekend recovery, it's the gray little bottle right here. Where you can find me at is going to be my website, www.yummysecretsllc.com. And if you are on social media, either Facebook or Instagram, it's going to be Yummy Secret Skin. And then I just maneuver to Twitter, so that's a different world for me. So that's Yummy Secrets LLC. And then the same with on TikTok, you can purchase there as well. My links are all in the bio. Yummy Secret Skin as well. So that's where I'm at.
So with your products, what's your process as far as making your products?
Oh, got a lot of process. Got a lot of behind the
Because
scenes.
I know a lot goes into it.
Yes. Well, I kind of mastered at this point. Like, far as with my clay mask, I try to have like a one-dayer because, like, you think putting some clay in a little bottle like this is easy?
Yeah.
Oh no, kitchen is disaster.
Oh wow.
So what I do is try to organize myself accordingly with, you know, the ingredients that I have as far as my clay mask, have my big old bowl, and just try to stick with my measurements because measurements is important when it comes down to people's skin, the reactions, because some people have sensitivity. So I put everything in a bowl, and then I'm in like old school, like grinding in the kitchen and things of that nature. And then I get my fulfillers to put it in the glass bowl, and I just be going. So I'm kind of like a baker, like a, you know, a baker for the skin. Because I have my little apron on, because it get messy in the kitchen.
Got you.
And then I just, you know, do my thing, have my music on. And then I also do my own labels. So everything is handcrafted by me, down to my labels. Like when I was working at a 9 to 5, I was used to create my labels on their computer. Even though you're supposed to do that, but I was a multitasker. So I created my labels all through Publisher. I go get my labels printed out from Office Depot. I use a local printing company to get like a particular paper for the adhesive paper.
Okay.
So once you do all that, and then I literally cut every single last label and then stick them on my bottle. Wow. And then I clean my, you know, of course, before I make the clays and stuff, I do have glass bottles and metal tops. So I make sure I deep clean them, sanitize them, heat them so they can be good because you can't play with people's skin. So everything has to be nice and tidy and clean. Yeah. And then once I do from the labels to the clay masks and the bottles, and then it's time to be like, okay, 1, 2, 3, I'm on live, ready to purchase.
Let's go ahead and sell them.
It's a long process, I would say, especially for over the 2.5 years, the growth of Yummy Secrets, you know, keeping up with that demand and just knowing what you can handle. Yeah. Because I'm speaking to existence and I'm having employees about
there you go.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of them. Like, okay, we're on the assembly line.
So when you do, let me know so I can help you out with your payroll and your QuickBooks. Yes, so we were just talking, of course, you know, with the business courses, we're gonna get her up to speed on a few things, but you're doing an excellent job.
Thank you.
You're doing an excellent job. So, my friend, we're actually coming towards the end. But as always, I want to give you an opportunity. If there was not a question I did not uncover or ask, is there anything else you want to share with the audience about you, about Yummy Secrets, about what you're doing? Because you got some other stuff that you're doing too.
Yes, but I'm gonna keep that as part 2. Okay, we'll keep that as part 2.
So we'll do a second interview, and we'll get your partner in crime on that interview. So we can
that's gonna be another one.
So.
The one thing that I want to share with your audience is just taking care of yourself. Like, it is really important to take care of yourself, tapping in with yourself. When you're feeling, you know, down and out, just take a breather. Analyze what has happened, whatever the situation may happen to be. Try your best to reach out to people because there are people who are there for you and love you. So even with my clay mask, I try to strive is that even if it's 10, 15 minutes out your day, that you just take a pause on life. And I created a product that you have to physically learn how to take care of. As far as it being a powder base, you have to physically make it, physically take time, physically add benefits to your clay mask. And so when it comes down to just self-care practices or skincare practices, please take care of yourself, because you matter at the end of the day. Regardless of the fame and fortune and love, like, you matter. So that's my only thing that I want to stress to the masses on here, and to thousands of people more, like, please take care of yourself.
Awesome.
And do it with a smile.
Do it with a smile.
Yeah.
All right, so the platforms that you are on, and how we can find you on each platform. So we got Twitter. What's your handle on Twitter?
So Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram is same as Yummy Secret Skin. So you can find me on there.
Okay.
And then and also TikTok as well.
Okay.
So TikTok, you should be saying, look, I'm forgetting myself. I got so many of them. Just what first
It's hard to keep up with when you're on so many different platforms.
Exactly. Trying to,
So,
but
yeah.
yes, but Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok in itself is Yummy Secret Skin, and then Twitter in itself is Yummy Secrets LLC. So so definitely that. So then you can find me there, follow me, support me. Even if you don't make a purchase, make sure that you repost it in your stories, okay?
Yes.
To let a person know about a girl in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, okay?
Yeah. Awesome.
And I thank you for having me.
Most
I really,
definitely.
truly appreciate
Most
it.
definitely.
Y'all be on the lookout for part 2, okay?
All right,
Make you an
champions.
actual demonstration on you.
Hey, we're going to come back and we're going to do a demonstration, because my face, I need some work. So that's why I asked about the men, because I know I saw a video of you and AJ. AJ was actually putting it on his face. I was like, so it's unisex.
Mm-hmm.
So
It is.
Yeah.
And definitely I'm going to do my best this year to rebrand in a better way, that it could be welcoming for all, because usually all my clients, they pretty much is just like into your wife. They purchase stuff and then tell your husband, hey, you need to try this.
Yeah. And then I'm looking all right, so what I'm supposed to do, how often, So she's going to educate everybody on how to break it down, how to use it. So she does a phenomenal job. Make sure y'all follow her. And like she said, a lot of times people think support is always financial. We love the financial support, but it goes a long way when y'all y'all share, and y'all subscribe to our channels and what we're doing, so that way we can be more productive. And we know that the more that you see it, the more that we are actually being an influence out there for you. So that's the end of the show. Once again, COE, champion over everything.
Hey, we out.
Once again, thank you for tuning in to COE, champion over everything.